Hello, and for the third episode of this hello, we are excited, we are happy, we are sad, we are angry, we're all over the place. That is the state of America. So, for tonight's episode, we have a few questions that have come through my social media platforms. People want to ask questions. People want to know what's up. They're saying, "Hey, hello." So let's figure it out. One of the first questions I got was, what are your thoughts on the protests? The protest in Minnesota, which it started by Renee Good, the whole incident that happened in Minnesota. It started with ICE agents. It started with non-compliance. It started with people breaking the law and choosing to impede in federal investigations when they're working and they're trying to just do their jobs. I know if somebody came to where I'm working and somebody tried to fuck up my job, I'd be pissed. I'd say, bro, what the fuck? Right? So the protests in Minnesota have exploded. They've exploded to a new level. I just saw a video yesterday where they're pulling out the weapons from the back of a trunk of a federal agent's car. ICE's car. They're pulling out the weapons out of the cars. It's crazy. And you see people protesting. You see it all over your social media feed. If you don't see it, then you're not on social media. And it's crazy because every day it's more and more people telling me, the Latino guy, that I need to go out and protest. I need to go out and protest. I need to speak up. You're not guilty enough. You're not representing your people. And most of the people protesting are white liberals telling me to have Latino guilt, saying, hey, Joey, you should feel guilty for not representing your people. You should feel guilty for not protesting on the front lines. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to get shot. I'd rather mind my own business, stay at home, and not get shot. You see the aftermath of people going to the protests. You see the kid with the eye shot out, right? Complaining that he lost his eye because he wanted to go protest. You see the consequences of this, right? But I'm supposed to get me and my friends and get the whole gang, get us all. And we're supposed to go and protest with these people that don't give a fuck about what we're going through. They just want us on the front line. If they did give a fuck, they would give us their neighborhoods, give us their schools, give us their education, give us their jobs, give us their cars, invite us to Christmas, invite us to Thanksgiving, but they don't. They don't. So for all my Latinos, minorities watching this, don't let them tell you how to feel. Don't let them tell you you need to go protest. You need to go tear shit down. You need to go pull guns out of the federal agent's car. Don't let them convince you of doing some dumb shit. Just keep your ass going to work, going to the gym, doing what you're doing. You're doing just fine. You're avoiding a whole situation that has nothing to do with you. I promise you, if it was the other way around, they would not give a fuck. They wouldn't care. So stay at home, stay with your kids, watch some movies, chill out, relax. It's not that deep, and we'll all be fine. This will all wash over. We'll think about this in 2027 and say, man, that was a crazy few months. Glad I stayed my ass at home. Right? So that's what I think of the protests. I think it's just all a bunch of virtue signaling. It's all just a bunch of people that want attention. It's all just a bunch of people that want to get on social media and say, oh, we've got to save the Mexicans and we've got to save the immigrants. And they're not saving anything but themselves. And we know this. We see right through it. That's why we're not at the protests. That's why we don't care. We don't give a fuck. If you say, hey, you're turning on your people, you're not Latino or Hispanic enough. Hey, what if ICE knocks on your door and sends you and your kids back to your country? Right? That's their response when you say, I don't give a fuck. And that's why we shouldn't give a fuck. So for these protests, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not. Just look the other way. When they're picking up somebody and they already have them rounded up, just look the other way. It's fine. I just saw a podcast the other day with somebody that said all these Somalians are coming into the warehouse a friend of mine is working at. He just got fired, and all the Somalians are replacing him. And they're bringing their family members. They don't give a fuck about you. So why do you care? It's fine. Just look the other way. So my take on the protests, it has nothing to do with us. We are out. We are watching from the sidelines, sitting this one out, making sure my ass is at home, paying my bills, making sure I get to see tomorrow because I'm not a dumbass. That's my take on the protests. Next question. So the next question we have is, hey, Joey, what do you think of the Ford factory situation, right? President Trump goes to a Ford factory and one of the workers, they just decide to, try to give their opinion. They say something, not sure what he said exactly, but we saw what happened, right? President Trump looked at the guy and said, fuck you, and flipped him off. On his way out, back to Air Force One, in the sky, in the air. Didn't even remember the guy after that. But coincidentally, ironically, the guy gets almost $500,000. I'm not sure what the amount is now, but he gets a big GoFundMe from all the people that want to support him for flipping off President Trump. Man, it looks like we need to flip off President Trump. Nah, but really though, all that money just to flip off the president, that's crazy. And Ford at a Ford factory too, man, the Ford factories, they've been giving us the finger for years with those cars. I can guarantee you that President Trump didn't even remember the guy and the finger that he gave him. So my opinion on the finger at the Ford factory is shit happens. Move on. Third question. And this one comes from a good friend about, hey, Joey, do you ever feel like the streets are dead? That's a good question. I actually do. I actually do feel like the streets are dead. Why participate in something where it's a bunch of people that don't give a fuck about you? They don't care. When you go to jail, life goes on. When your mom dies, life goes on. When someone in your family dies, life goes on. They don't care. The life goes on. When if you were to die, they might care for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They might put you on a shirt. They might get a tattoo. Rest in peace. After those 3 weeks are done, you are a memory. They won't even talk about you. You might be, they might spark a blunt for you. They might make a song. Other than that, they don't give a fuck. The streets are dead. And they have been for a long time. So pay attention. Stay out the streets. They're not for you. They're really not for anyone.